It's the start of a new year with some familiar challenges, namely elections. This November, voters in Tucson will elect a new mayor. Democratic Mayor Jonathan Rothschild announced he will not seek a third term. His office, along with 3 city council seats, will appear on the ballot. We asked the mayor about his decision to step down after serving for 8 years.
Ultimately for me, when I came to City Hall, I had a couple of objectives in mind. And I think we've come a long way towards accomplishing them. I wanted to restore trust in city government. I think there was a feeling generally across the city that the city could have been doing better. I'm not sure that that was entirely true, but it was a perception, and I wanted to work on that perception. And I think we've done that. And one of the measures of doing that was the other thing that I wanted to do, which was to get some additional funds into the city that we couldn't get just through our normal sales tax or state shared revenue for our roads, for our police and fire department, and for our parks. In the last 6 years, we've passed 3 of those bond initiatives. So that was really what I wanted to accomplish. You know, you can never do everything, and there will always be challenges. But for me, I felt satisfied that the city's in a good place.
They often say you should leave things better than you found them. You'll be leaving the city and it's in a surplus. How is that possible given that Tucson has faced some economic challenges, and of course we have a recession that you were here for?
Oh yeah, so and when I did come into office, it was 2011. You know, the big recession had hit in late 2007, early 2008. And Tucson was slow coming out of the recession. So when I came to office, actually this past year is the first year in the time that I've been in office where we had a surplus. We had a $29 million surplus, and we put it seems like a lot of money, but we put it into reserves because we need more money for rainy day. We put it into potentially going to self-insurance, health self-insurance for our employees, which will help. We put it to technology, things that needed to be done internally to make things work faster in the city. And we put it to raises for our city employees who had gone 8-10 years without any kind of real substantial raise. How does that happen? Really 2 ways. One, you do have to put an emphasis on bringing businesses to the community, and we've done that over the last 8 years. Our office has done that, as has the council as a whole. So we've seen that that's necessary, and we've been very careful with our money. There hasn't been any excess spending, and believe me, every one of us has our projects that we would like to see and like to do, but we've had to really tighten our belt so that we could get those core services done.
Do you look back and think perhaps maybe too careful? I know there's always a debate over how much money to put toward public safety or perhaps improving areas outside of downtown Tucson?
Sure. I would like to say we've been too careful, but when you look at the budget, there just isn't discretionary money. And one of the things that people say, oh, you have money for this, you have money for that. We have so little in the way of discretionary money. Once we pay our police that we have and our firefighters that we have and our other workers, even without raises, because one of the things that all cities face, Tucson and cities across the country, are rising pension costs and rising health insurance costs. So if everything else stays the same, your economy has to pick up at that same pace before you see extra money. We saw that last year, and hopefully we can keep it going. It's going to be important that the new council keep that going.
There's been substantial growth outside of Tucson, Marana, Oro Valley, Vail area, especially with the education system. What do you suppose that says about where Tucson fits into growth and development?
Well, our growth is different, and the percentages are different. You know, so in a city of 580,000, if you add 5,800 people, it's a 1% growth. If you add 2,500 people in a city of 40,000, you can do the math, but they can say it's a 5% growth. Our growth has been good in the last few years. We've seen a real uptick, particularly on the east side of town, in large neighborhoods being platted out, being built, and that's really where the growth for the city of Tucson is going to be. The other issue with growth for Tucson is a lot of it's infill, and infill is a lot harder than just going out and putting in new neighborhoods. But infill now can be done right. We know a lot more than we knew a few years ago, and you're seeing across the country, and you're beginning to see in Tucson, particularly younger people and people getting closer to my age, wanting to live closer to services and not having to travel as far. So we're beginning to see a lot more of what I would call smart growth.
I know that you think that you've achieved all that you could achieve during your time as mayor, but let's say you could stick around for another term and maybe wave a magic wand. What's the one thing you would like to see happen in Tucson, especially given that you're a local? I mean, this is your home.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I've achieved everything that I wanted to achieve, just some of those major goals. But if I could wave a magic wand, what I would like to see is a couple things. One, I would like to see our corridors, whether it be South 12th Avenue, Oracle Road, Grant Road, really built out for smart growth so that we can concentrate in a planned way our economic areas in particular places. And we can do that, and I think that's something that can happen in the future. The other thing, if I could wave a magic wand, what I'd love to see is for the state legislature to give cities a little more autonomy, a little more decision making, to experiment with local ordinances, and not to take the view that because a city's view on an issue is different than theirs, that they can't do it. And as part of that, work to expand the tax base. For instance, we've just had a recent ruling from the Supreme Court that has said that online businesses can be more easily taxed. We collect a lot of online taxes, but it's always been voluntary. The state legislature is in control of how that'll happen. Some of their leaders have said, oh, we'll take a look at that, but it has to be tax neutral. In other words, we're going to lower taxes somewhere else in order to collect taxes that should have already been being collected. And really, when you said wave the magic wand, I would love to be able to wave that magic wand. That's been a real frustration.
There are some people who think that being the mayor or being on the council is largely political. I know that in the past you've said you don't quite see red or blue when you're actually governing a city.
Yeah.
The next mayor, what will he or she have to know going into this job?
I think what's important for the next mayor is that they come to the office for the right reasons. And the right reasons aren't to advance a political career, not in the mayor's office. It really is to want to help the people of Tucson. That's a big, broad, squishy phrase, but what it means is that when a person has a problem in the city and the city is the place where they come for help, that you respond and have the city respond as quickly as possible. And if we can help, we do. And if we can't help, we give an explanation of why we can't help and try to get somebody to the next place. It really is a constituent service job. And that's true for all the council offices as well.
All right, Mayor, thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Lorraine. Thanks for having me.